March 25th, 2025. If my father were alive, he'd be 103 years old today. We're celebrating my father's birthday here, Carl Castine in Moores here today, but that's not really why we're here to celebrate my father's birthday, is it?
It's not. We're here having our open house today. It's our 72nd year of being in business, and we're super excited to be continuing the tradition of having our annual open house. We have our famous pancakes and a full breakfast. We're going to be here all day today, checking out our equipment, our brands, and really just visiting with our friends and neighbors.
Hi, where are we? I didn't say where we were, except in Moores.
Up in Moores, yes. Moores, New York.
And the place is called?
Dragoon's Farm Equipment.
There you go. And who are you?
My name is Libby Kaginair, and I am the marketing manager.
All right, so you're doing some marketing today then?
Yes. Networking, marketing, and really just hanging out and having fun with the people of this community, our customers.
Okay. So and you don't check their ID first to make sure they bought something within the last year?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. Every person, whether you purchase something or you plan on it or you just want to stop by and visit and be part of the Dragoons family. That's what we're all about here.
Okay. Jack Dragoon's father, Floyd Dragoon, started this business, I believe, in 1953, I think it was. And one of the first things he did was have a customer appreciation open house type of thing. And they're carrying on that tradition here. It's early here. It's probably not even 11 o'clock yet. I'm not quite sure the exact time, but it looks like a good crowd already, right?
Absolutely. We started at 9 and we had people here at 8:30, so we were happy to have them.
Okay, I thought you started at 10, but it started at 9.
Oh, maybe it was 10.
And you still had people. And you still had people at 8:30.
Oh yes.
Well, the farmers, they get up early.
Of course.
Well, that's one of the things that's changed over the years. It used to be all about the farmers, and obviously, numbers-wise, the farmers are a small percentage of the individuals who come here. It's now lawn and garden mainly, and so on. So the people who can buy these big tractors are getting fewer and far in between, as there's fewer and fewer farms out there. So it's a whole different business than it was back in the 1950s.
I'm sure. Our customer base definitely is always expanding. We have, people from municipalities come, landscapers, hobby farmers, a lot of homeowners. They like to have their own equipment, and we have a huge selection for them.
All right. Anything you should tell me before I wander around here and find people like Jack to talk to? Anything else you want to tell me?
No, we just want to thank all of our customers. That's what today is really about, showing our appreciation and thanking everyone. And yeah, we hope we have a great turnout, and I'm sure we will.
All right.
And thank you for coming. We appreciate that you've been here. How many years have you been coming here?
The first one we did here, coming here with the camera since 1990.
Wow.
That's 35 years.
That's amazing. That's great. Thank you. We appreciate everything you do for the community as well.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good time.
Thank you. You never know who you're going to run into when you come to one of these things, and this is one of the first people I ran into, and we used to run into you a lot when we were doing the stories at Dragoon. What's your name?
Yeah. Wayne Dragoon.
Wayne Dragoon. Didn't you used to work here?
I used to work here, yeah.
Now you're one of the old retired folks?
Yeah, now I'm doing the volunteer, giving them a hand.
You're here helping out.
Which they might as well start right off. They still got a lot of volunteers that come in and help every year, even under new management. They're still showing up and helping out for the day. It's much appreciated, and I'm sure the owners appreciate it.
It's as much a community event as it is a Dragoons event. It's this is
people just look forward to having a day out.
Come in here,
friends and talk,
see somebody you haven't talked to in a while, and
have a meal and enjoy for sure.
So it's just a great event. When I was a kid, I used to very young. I think I've told your father this. I'm talking the early 50s here, but maybe even before your grandfather bought this or started this business. Used to see a thing called John Deere Days that Finney's used to have. And we used to go to that, and then when your grandfather started this business, he decided he'd have this kind of an open house too, right?
True, yeah, since 1953, and been a lot of years, almost all consecutive, except for I think COVID era at one time, but yeah, it's been a pretty good tradition. as you can see on the wall there, 72 years.
Yeah.
Still
76th
going, so-
anniversary. So. Yeah.
Yeah.
How old were you when you first had to help out?
Had to help out. 8, 9 years old, I guess. Worked all summer. Yeah, our summer vacation was. We didn't get a choice. We just. But it was all for the good. You know.
Well, yeah. Well,
Worked
it's like-
all summer. And,
Well, you were dealing with people who were farmers, so all their kids were working all summer too, right?
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the way it was back then. There was
Yeah.
no games where you just played your devices. No, started out pumping gas, sweeping floors, and started working on push mowers. That was a big thing. Changing the spark plug and the blade. Just kept going up the ladder, but it was all for the good.
And you made yourself an expert on repairing tractors.
I don't know about that, but I did okay, I guess.
A lot
Now I wouldn't have to worry about that. Sophistication in these everything's computer now, so I'd be in trouble there.
And you have, you got to go to schools and stuff like that. All your employees here, right?
Yeah, one of their technicians right now, Raymond Fair, he's in Kentucky to a service training school. There's only more emphasis. You got to do the training, or else you don't, reap the rewards because they'll penalize you.
Yeah, they'll penalize you. Plus, when that equipment breaks down, that you got to be able
definitely.
to know the latest
That's it.
equipment and how to deal with it.
Yeah, with the emissions today and all the technology, they got to stay on top of it, or you get behind and you can't repair something that's not good.
Well, you're going to save some pancakes for Ray when he comes back?
They might be a little stiff, but they'll save some.
Save him a plate.
No, it was nice talking to you, Calvin, and hopefully
I think Wayne's saying goodbye here.
the grandkids will show up after school, and they didn't skip school this year, so.
Yeah, when we started doing this with Bob and even
Oh
later
my
on with
God.
Gordy, you'd
talking about
always have your little kids with your young kids, and now they're all grown up with kids of their own.
Yeah, Bob had his gum. The kids look forward to that, but he kept them occupied though. He knew the right things to ask and say.
Yeah.
And, no, he enjoyed it all throughout. And, yeah, like I said, a lot of the same ones cooking. My father over there cooking on the left. You can barely see him. He lost a lot of weight, but
Getting smaller all the time here.
yeah. But no, pretty good crowd. And I know it's just hasn't been going on very long, but good steady crowd at the moment.
All right, I'll go bother your brother now.
Thank you, Calvin.
Thank you, Wayne. All right, 72 years in business. You were just a kid back then, weren't you?
I don't even think I was a thought back then.
Gary Dragoon, just talking to your brother Wayne, and your father got you guys involved in the business at a young age, didn't he?
Yep. We're still in school, and we'd have to go up after school and work, but a little work don't hurt you, so in the long run it was pretty good, I guess. Yep.
And I was telling Wayne, I said back when you guys got involved, most of your business was probably still farmers, and those farmers' kids were working too, so you were dealing with people that their families were working.
Exactly, yep. Yeah, that's 7 days a week when you're a farmer. We only had to do 6 days. They got 7 days. Yep.
Yeah, well, those cows got to get milk one way or another.
Exactly.
So you're the popcorn man now, huh?
Today I am. Like before, I went from cotton candy to popcorn now. So
This is a step up then?
this is a step up, a little easier. You're not so sticky.
No more cotton candy?
No more cotton candy. I give that one up. Yep.
You did such a bad job, they said. Gary can't do it, nobody can.
That's right.
So free popcorn.
Free popcorn, yeah.
Not like the movies here.
No, the bags are pretty small. But it's a lot cheaper than theater popcorn.
Yeah. So you're enjoying your retirement too?
Yes, I am, yep.
Wayne says he's busy doing things that he's
Oh, yeah.
been putting off for years, and
You wonder how we ever did any of that stuff before, but yeah, you got to keep busy, that's for sure. So yeah, I enjoy it. I miss the people a lot, but it's nice if you want to get up at 7, 8 o'clock. You get up at 7, 8 o'clock. You get up at 5 o'clock. Well, that's fine too, but
that's your choice.
it's your choice. Yeah,
don't have to.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah, running a family business is a lot of work, and
Yes, it is.
you guys are awfully busy, and
Yep.
and you got to change with the times all the time too.
Oh, that's for sure.
The business that your grandfather started here is far different than what it is now. It's just,
We had to diversify a lot, We got more into lawn and garden,
You had to.
compact tractors, just to keep the doors open, I mean, and now it's all big farms mostly. The small guys are all gone now, so we lost a lot of customers there. But that's why we had to get into the homeowner and landscapers and them type of guys to keep it going. Yeah.
You've got to. I often mention that when my brother Sam and I were young, and we'd be going to one of my aunt or uncle's place on a trip. He'd sit on one side in the back seat, and I'd sit in the other, and we'd count herds of cattle getting there. You don't count too many herds anymore on a 10-mile trip.
No, now you can just count a few farms that are left. Yeah, it's too bad it's gone that way, but that's the way the times are.
I don't know. I guess they call it progress. I'm not quite sure it's progress, but it is what it is. But.
Can't change it.
And of course, this has changed a lot, where having this building available makes it a lot handier as far as when you guys were doing it, you had to shut down for a couple of days ahead of time and a day or so after. And
yeah, you were a good week that you lost getting equipment, and now's the time. If you get an early spring, they want to get going, so it works out a lot better for sure. Yep.
Yeah. So this building was just finished, I think, when your father.
Yeah, a few years.
Yeah.
Yep. For storage.
Yeah. They're utilizing it good, and it turns out to be a good spot for this.
Yeah, exactly.
And people can go over to the regular store and visit them when they leave here.
No, it saves us a lot of work and a lot of downtime for sure.
Yeah, cleaning up after, yeah. All right, so anything else you'd like to tell us, Gary? I know you insisted that I stop and talk to you.
I was hoping you were coming over. No, like I say, like we always said, thank you for your work that you do for everybody, and we appreciate it for sure.
Thank you, Gary Dragoon.
Thank you.
We took a few minutes off and had a very nice meal, and we wanted to find out who was cooking the sausages. Do you know who's cooking the sausages?
Mike Denault.
Mike Denault is cooking the sausages. And
There's always the boss. I'm the boss. He does the work.
And they're breaking you in on it.
He's trying to.
All right, Jack Dragoon, used to be when you owned the place, you didn't have to do all the heavy lifting here. Now you got to work to earn your meal.
Gotta make up for it. Lost time.
So your father started this business back in 1953, is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, was he a farmer before that and after that?
He had a couple of farms, plus he had plumbing. Biggest job, he was a plumber.
A plumber.
Yeah.
So what made him decide that he wanted to sell farm alls?
Well, we had a farm. We bought about 3 that one year, tractors and stuff. And I was in high school. I guess I had some influence on to purchase it.
You talked to me. Was there a farm all dealership here already, or?
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Who was it? Who had it?
Well, Ralph Lamberton had it, but it was behind. It was behind where we are now, a little side street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
And Ralph sold him the land that the building is on.
okay. Well, in '53, he opened up. He had people like my former neighbor Paul Conover working for him, and a few other local people.
Oh yeah, I had lots of local people.
Yeah. That was a big endeavor, a big chance. You start a business, you don't know what it's going to take off or not.
Well, it was, building was fixed for a gas station too. We sold Texaco, and they did like the painting of the building, the blacktop, put the hoist in.
Oh, wow.
So we had to help to get on that part,
Oh, okay. So that worked out pretty good then.
So, and of course, there's been quite a few additions since then.
Yes. We're in one of them right now.
Yeah, this is the last one we bought.
Yeah.
We had to hang the time. It took me a year to get the permit to put this building up. They gave us a hell of a hard time.
You got to make sure it's done right, I guess. So, I don't know about you. Look out, Carl Smith wants to poke at you there.
Oh, Johnny.
Hey, Carl.
Right on it, eh?
Another North Country,
That's another bigger businessman than I am.
another North Country business legend here. Carl Smith, James C. Smith and Sons, and 3J Fuels, and Champlain Peterbilt. Well, nice to see him and Sally here. Now, when did your father start off having these customer appreciation days early, or when did you start doing these?
We always had something like they used to work on the pulsator, free inspection. We started off with International. They would furnish it would cost us so much a plate. They would furnish the pancake and the drink.
Oh, really?
I think it was very reasonable. They had their own grill. They brought the guy and did their own cooking.
Wow.
And then if we wanted real maple syrup, we furnished that, plus the sausage, and then the eggs came on down the road. So we used to have a dance after and a get-together.
Oh, wow.
It was a long day affair.
Well, like I've mentioned already, and today this is more like a community event than it is a business event. You know, it's a community event that people from all around mowers show up, and Champlain, Plattsburgh,
Vermont, Canada.
Yeah, so they all show up here and meet some people they haven't seen in a while, and get to chat.
But when I was in there, there's so many farmers that are not with us today.
Oh yeah.
And
well, there used to be hundreds of farms, there's now one or two.
That's right. And back then, it seemed like all these big farmers, we used to go for quite a bit more sausage and more pancakes back then.
Are you talking about my neighbors, Big Bill's boys?
Well, they held their own. Well, there were some others pretty good, like Graham Brooks and some of them boys. They could eat it pretty good. But I was glad to do it.
Now your father probably always had farm owls on it, but I was telling one of the guys earlier, when I was a young kid, we used to go to John Deere days at Finney's.
Right.
Did you ever go to John Deere days? No? Because you were farm owl folks?
I guess we had one case at one time when he bought 3 tractor. There's a used case and 2 International. He bought one time and a baler and a rake. And we had about 90 head of black Angus at the tail end.
But the John Deere days, that was Finney's there, and he'd have movies. And
dancing probably.
Yeah, it was quite a little event. Yeah, it was a great time. So it's nice that this tradition carries on, isn't it?
Yeah, this is awful good for them to, they carry it on, and they asked us to help, and which we did. And probably many more years I'll be helping.
Well, I heard you're going to be double 8s pretty soon, right?
Pardon?
You're going to be double 8s pretty soon?
Won't be long.
I think on Sunday I heard.
Yeah.
So you were 16 when when your father started all this.
Right around that, or 17. I was still a senior in high school.
Yeah, well, in 53, you were born in 37, you would have been 16.
Yeah.
All right, well, we won't hold you up. You're going to fall behind.
It was after March, so.
Right, but your birthday had come, so you were 16.
Yeah.
But Mike's doing all the work here. He's going to complain.
Yeah, there's Mike and all.
He's going to ask for a raise if we...
Yeah. He used to have the store up here.
Yeah. Yeah, you taught him everything he knows, right?
Hey?
You taught him everything he knows, right?
Well, he used to be a butcher and that, so he knows his meat and stuff.
All right, a lot of familiar faces here working the grills.
It was awful nice for all of them to help.
are you doing, young man?
Not bad.
And Mr. Hamilton saying hello. And
Oh, yeah.
that's all right.
No, it's awful nice. We had lots of good farmers and lots of other consumer products taking over Prairie Big. And so I'm glad that they've carried on this tradition.
We got a lineup behind us here. I'm going to have to get out of the way so you can get to work. I hate to see you lose your job.
We've been started at 9, so been in here at 9 starting.
Yeah, for a 10 o'clock start.
So appreciate all that you do for us.
All right, good seeing you again, Jack.
Yep.
Take care. All right, Mr. Jack Dragoon, who got into this business when he was 16. His father started Dragoon's Farm Equipment. And until a couple of years ago, I think it's 2, I don't think it's 3 years ago, he decided it was time to retire and put this under new ownership here. All right, this guy here wanted to get a picture.
He's giving me today so far.
We were flipping coins when I saw him here. What's your name?
Rick Latre,
Where are you from?
Bombay, New York.
All right, came all the way here to lose your money to Jack.
Yeah, you know it. He's the guy, he's my buddy.
Flipping coins earlier, off camera though. Off camera. It's about 12:15 right now. Whoops. Try not to zoom in too much here. We want to get a slow shot of some of the folks who are here. A lot of familiar faces, as we said, on both sides of the grill over there. They still get the volunteer help that Jack Dragoon got for so many years. I also found a way to pay them back, but guys would show up and help out and grab something to flip a pancake or break an egg or whatever. Also got a good community turnout, and some of those same people are showing up this year. And as we said, a lot of familiar faces on both sides of the grill. I hope to talk to a few more people who are currently involved with the company here, but every time we look in their direction, looks like they're talking to somebody. And although it's a fun day, they're also hoping to foster a little business too, I'm sure, so we don't want to interrupt conversations. We're probably going to wrap this very brief look here at the 2025 Dragoons Open House. We'll take a look outside. It's a cool day, temperature in the low 40s, gusty winds, but it's a cool day out there, and it's actually just about normal weather for this time of the year up here in the North Country. Average high, I think today was 44, and we're right about that. But we got spoiled a week or so ago with temperatures in the 60s for 2 or 3 days in a row, upper 60s. So we'll take a look at the original building in that direction there. That's still the main focus of the business, Dragoon's Farm Equipment. We kind of jumped right into the introduction of this show this week. It's the annual open house customer appreciation day here in Moores for Dragoon's Farm Equipment. And as we said, the equipment has grown over the years, and they have moved from the strictly farm business to a lot more lawn and garden care, and it's just about into the lawn mowing season, so I'm sure they'll be hoping to move some of these out. But it's a good turnout here. It's a great community business for a long time, and it's nice to see that the new owners are keeping it part of the hometown community here in the town of Moores. And even though temperatures in the 40s, we still got ice here where the sun doesn't shine. So this is a look at the 2025 version. We didn't get as many interviews as we'd hoped. As we said, most of the people involved in the business were chatting with folks, and we don't want to presume to go up there and interrupt them and have them chat with us when they're trying to deal in an amiable way with one of their customers. So thanks for watching and supporting Hometown Cable. We appreciate the support of viewers, and we had a couple of contributions today. We were here, and we appreciate that. And we hope to be back next year when they'll be celebrating their 73rd anniversary.